Hey, yeah, I know. I shouldn't leave the door unlocked, but I know you were coming. Okay, if it's that important to you, I'll go lock it. Pour yourself a drink. It's on the table. Yeah, it's good stuff. I've already had a couple of glasses, so you have some catching up to do. No, no. Trust me. You're going to want to catch up. You know where the glasses are. Help yourself. Have a seat when you're done. In fact, bring the bottle back with you. No use getting up and down if we're just gonna keep drinking. I'll just be a minute locking the door. That was easy. There, you happy? Sheesh. You always were paranoid. Don't give me that look. We've known each other since we were teenagers. Just because we started off a little rocky doesn't. Yeah, rocky. Have you forgotten that we didn't want anything to do with each other at first? To be honest, I thought you were just some snobby rich kid who didn't have any personality. It wasn't until we started school and I saw you in your element that I realized how awesome you are. I couldn't help but be awed. You were truly talented, even back then. No, it's called nostalgia, and it's good for you. Alright, laugh it up. Just be careful and don't spill your drink on my couch. Remember how I couldn't stop complimenting you and hanging out after that? You were making a show of being angry at me, but you were just covering your embarrassment. You were too embarrassed. I know because when you're embarrassed, you always set your lips in a thin, hard line, like you're doing right now. Yeah, you can have a refill. Have as much as you want. I bought it especially for today. No, I'm good for now. I didn't think it would take this long. Hey, watch yourself. Of course it's strong. I wouldn't skim on the alcohol. You probably just need to eat something. The pizza is already on its way. Your head will be fine after you get a few slices in you. I wanted to tell you back then, but I was too scared. It took a long time for me to realize I had fallen in love with you. Yeah, you heard me. No, don't. Don't do that. Don't look surprised. You didn't know because you didn't want to know. I'm sorry. But you have to understand that this has been a long time coming for me, okay? Just cut me some slack. At first, I didn't even recognize it as love. I thought I just admired my awesome, talented friend. But as we got older and you started dating, I had to confront my true feelings. I was jealous. I wanted you all to myself. But I convinced myself that you couldn't see me like that. I thought it didn't matter that you couldn't love me back. I just wanted to stay close to you. You're my best friend and I never wanted to risk our friendship for any reason. But then we met him. You were so obviously in love with him from day one. Of course I could tell. I know you better than anyone. I saw the way you acted around him. I heard the way you talked to him, about him. You weren't very subtle, you know. I was certain he would notice, and my greatest fear was that he would reciprocate. I felt like there was this hole in my gut whenever he was around. At first, that hole was filled with anguish. But then it became clear that he was completely oblivious to her feelings. I started to feel something else. I didn't want to admit it, but it was anger. If you could love him, then why couldn't you love me? Then I realized it wasn't your fault, and I shouldn't be angry with you. And then I was mad at myself for blaming you. I never wanted to feel anything but love for you. When I realized that you weren't going to be making any moves on him, I figured that this annoyance would always be in my way. In our way. You were never going to notice me if all you could see was him. Even after all this time, he still hasn't noticed your feelings. But I can see how much you still love him. No, don't deny it. You can't hide anything from me. How many times do I have to say it? I know you better than anyone. You're wrong. I know everything about you and about what you're feeling right now. I know you won't dare to confess because you don't want to lose the ability to stay close to him. You are afraid he'll abandon you. You're scared he won't see you that way. He'll think that all the time you've been friend has been a ploy, that none of it was real. You're afraid that you'll hurt him as much as he'll hurt you. I know all of this because it's exactly what I've been feeling for years. It's the same torment that you've failed to notice in me for years. But what you're feeling for him isn't love. You only think it is. If you really loved him, you would be happy for him. But ever since he announced his engagement last month, you've been deeply disturbed. Yes, you are. I can tell. You're not taking care of yourself. You're losing weight. There are dark circles under your eyes. And you haven't bothered to style your hair the last few times I've seen you. The last time I was over at your place, you didn't have anything in your fridge except energy drinks and frozen burritos. And it looked like you hadn't cleaned in weeks. Dirty dishes, dust bunnies, laundry piled up. What you need is some time away from everything to sort out your feelings. Someone has to step up and take control of your life for you, so you don't have to worry about the minutiae of everyday life and can focus on yourself, so you can come to realize who is really there for you, who really deserves your love. That's what I'm going to do for you. How? Well, I'm going to make sure you get all the time you need to make the right decision. Don't worry, I've already taken care of most of the details. We won't be missed. You feel sick? Yeah, that's probably my fault. I wasn't sure how much to use since I was just coating your glass. I just had to make sure there was enough to get past the liquor. Easy now. Don't try to stand up, you only make it worse. Where do you think you're going? You won't even be able to undo the door chains in your state, let alone drive. There now. Back on the couch where it's safe. As soon as you stop struggling and close your eyes, you won't feel sick anymore. Hurt you? How could you even think that? No. I would never hurt you. How could you even think that? I love you more than anything. That's why I had to do this, you see. I'm your best friend, so it's up to me to make sure you never have to suffer. Don't you worry now. I'm going to fix it. When you wake up, I'll make sure you never have to think about him ever again. We'll go back to it being just the two of us. Only this time, it'd be right. It'll be the way it's supposed to be. We'll be together for the rest of our lives. I'll see you soon. Love.